right now on the internet.
And
Better off there.
that's all, Edward. We will make perpetual energy. Oh hey everyone.
The most forced intro I've ever heard, Genshin.
Shush you.
We would have been better off with me quoting the Hulk Hogan quote. Because one of my favorites is, well, Hulk Hogan has a 10-inch wiener, but I, Terry Bollea, the man who is actually Hulk Hogan, does not. It's fucking amazing that he used that as a defense in court.
Alright. So anyway, hey there, everyone. Welcome back to my top corner. I'm Kid Squirrel, and you might be noticed though this is kind of I'm starting a little stream later than usual because around this time that normally run. Well, I will say normally, but this is like the second time I actually trying to play Schedule 1 with them. Normally we'll be playing Schedule 1 with the boys, meaning me, the Bontels, and either Sushi or Jared's brother, whose name I believe is really on Discord is really bored.
Bored, yeah, we just call him bored. I think occasionally I've referred to him as Elvis, but we usually refer to him. Oh, good. Every motorcycle in existence just right there on my front lawn.
I kind of wish though. I kind of wish though like it was like for no reason though be like I'll be able to hear it on through your end, but I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, well, lucky. It just sounded like every single motorcycle in the city just happened to be driving by at the same time. Suck. What the fuck is wrong with my mouse pad? Weird. I'm like trying to scroll around and it's like, no. You would think you could do that, but no.
It is my arch nemesis, Kitty-Ra. So how about let's start with how like freaking both Nathan Fillion and Pedro Pascal is everywhere now.
Oh god, he is. I literally sent you that thing where the guy was like, which Pedro Pascal movie do you want? Which movie do you want to watch? Do you want to watch that movie with Pedro Pascal, or how about that movie with Pedro Pascal? Then pans up and it's Fantastic Four. It's like, oh, but what about that movie with Pedro Pascal? It's like, yeah, no, you were right. He is doing the Nathan Fillion. He is everywhere. Ugh. I don't know what I was gonna say now. My brain's not working.
Oh well, Nathan Fillion, but you recognize Nathan Fillion, right? I'm pretty sure you do. You of all people do.
Yes, I watched Firefly.
No, I meant I meant arguably speaking though, the first time if not you, the first time I met Nathan Fillion as an actor slash voice actor.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure he was in Firefly.
In the whole entire thing, the very first episode.
What? He's the main fucking character. What are you talking about?
Oh, I only watched one episode of Firefly, and that was like years ago, so I forgot.
Yeah, he's the main character. That's where I know him from. Well, that and... Actually, no, he was playing himself in that episode of The Big Bang Theory. And he kept claiming he wasn't him. And they were just like, it's him. It's like, oh. Obviously incorrect.
Do you want a hint?
Yeah, sure, because I'm like 2 seconds away from looking at his fucking career, so you might as well give me a hint before
He in the same universe, and he was a regular guy until he turned to a Spartan.
Oh shit! He's one of the guys from the latter Halo part of the trilogy. It was like 4, 5, and 6, right?
Yeah, but before that though, he was Buck from ODST.
Yeah, he was in ODST. I haven't played ODST in like 100 millennia.
Remember, apparently he He was the one getting cucked. We were, because we were watching him and his girlfriend just killed making out. So all we have is that one engineer going like, yeah, man. So you want to hang out? You want to make out too? Like, no? Okay.
All right, well, goodbye. He was in 60 episodes of Two Guys. Was he the particular one of the two guys in Two Guys and a Girl? Wait, weren't they also in a pizza place at one point? Am I just imagining that? I could have sworn. Yeah, it is. It was. It was called Two Guys, a Girl, in a Pizza Place. It was only for the first 2 seasons. Wait, what? Ryan Reynolds was starring in the show? Holy shit. Aw. Okay, and then Nathan Fillion played a recurring character. And then, is Suzanne Cryer related to what's-his-face? No, I guess not. I was gonna be the guy from 2.5 Men. I was like, man, there's so many two guys in everything. See, the weird thing is that I remember watching Two Guys and a Girl when I was younger, but I never really absorbed any of the information from it. I think I just had it on in the background, but it was like peak Friday night for childhood ed.
I think I may have to I may have to music put the sound effects down. I think the volume in general is so loud for some reason.
Magic School Bus rides again. Wait, he was in Resident Alien. Oh yeah, that's right. He's the Octopus. I forgot about that. Because the actor that plays the main character in the show that my mom watches called Resident Alien, he was I believe he was the pilot in Firefly, if I'm not mistaken. Alan Tudyk. You never pronounce his name. Okay, that can't be right. Wikipedia. Are you sure his name is Tudyk? That's just how his last name is pronounced, is Tudyk. Okay, cool. He was made to be an alien. They designed him to be an alien. Danger Zone. Never heard of him. Hey, who the fuck did he play in Star vs. the Forces of Evil? What?
Wait, what? He was in Star vs?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to figure out where. Wait, he was also in the animated version of Napoleon Dynamite, which was a very underrated show.
Wait, hold on. There's an animated version of Napoleon Dynamite?
You didn't know that?
No.
I could have sworn we've watched it at least once. They literally, it's way more slapstick and cartoony than the movie was, because they're animated, so they're allowed to do that. But there was a thing where it's like, if you burp, and I think it was like burp, fart, cough, and one other thing, you would explode. And that's the only thing I remember from it was that bit, because I think they only had 2 episodes. Who the fuck? Oh, wait. Okay, so Alan Tudyk is the voice of Ludo from Star vs. the Force of Evil, and he's also River Butterfly. Is that her dad?
Wait, hold on. Nathan Fillion voiced the freaking River Butterfly?
No, the other guy.
Oh.
The guy that played the pilot in Firefly. Alan
I never watched Firefly.
Oh, well.
And then a lot of people will flood my comments saying what the fuck, man? It's my Firefly, it's blah blah blah.
No, they won't. There's literally 3 people that watched Firefly, and I'm 2 of them.
Wait a minute.
I know what I said. I thought it said praise Puggy.
Wait, so who did Nathan Fillion on
Oh. Wait, what?
Who did Nathan Fillion play in Star vs?
He didn't. I was talking about Alan Tudyk.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the guy that was also in Firefly, which, as you said, you haven't seen, so it really doesn't matter. He was, but What's his face was not in Starverse.
Oh.
Like a horrible sing-along song. Never heard of it. Apparently he played himself in the Family Guy video game. He was God in Saints Row Gat Out of Hell. This is
Tudyk?
Nathan Fillion.
Oh.
This one's Nathan Fillion. I went back because you don't know who Tudyk is, so it wasn't gonna matter. Sergeant Reynolds. Wait, he was in Halo before Halo ODST?
Really?
Yeah, he played Sergeant Reynolds. I don't know who the fuck that is. I'm wondering if he's important, because I'm sure there's like some Halo buff out there right now that's like, my senses are tingling. Some guy is being a dick about who this fucking character is. I don't know who the fuck it is, okay? Wait, I don't even remember what the name was now. Hold up, I gotta go back to the actual fucking voice acting credits. See the Sergeant Reynolds, okay. Go back here.
Thank you, game, for giving me a wooden chisel. I mean, to be fair, a lot of games all started with something wooden, and like must upgrade to stone, and then to iron. And I've been playing too much. I may have been playing too much of Minecraft, or none of Minecraft. I don't know.
Maybe. Okay, so it doesn't matter because there's literally nobody in the character list of Halo characters named Sergeant Reynolds. So thanks for wasting my time, Wikipedia. Real fun. You could have just said that he's some nobody. Some background ass character. None of these web shows. Okay, I'm familiar with Crapopolis. It's one of those dumb things my mom watches.
Crapopolis?
Yeah.
Isn't that the one where the
Peacemaker?
Hmm?
He's Guy Gardner and Peacemaker?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense now that I think about it, because he's Guy Gardner in the fucking...
Yeah, that's the Superman movie.
Yeah. Wait, why is there a crossover? The notes work that has not yet been released. Okay, so he was in an already released Peacemaker list. No, season 2, never mind. In a post-production.
Yeah,
apparently they're gonna have a show that's just called Lanterns, and he's gonna be in it.
Well, yeah, that's the reason when I first saw the trailer for the Superman movie, I saw Nathan Fillion as freaking Guy Gardner. I was like, yeah, now Guy Gardner's officially almost in everything. Well, to be fair, he has this long-standing friendship with James Gunn, because you noticed he was at least in every Guardians movie and as someone, and during his Guardians James Gunn run.
I just want to heard something. Let me look this up before I start putting my foot in my ass on this.
Still there, Sponge?
Alright, yeah, I'm trying to find something.
Okay.
Oh, I know that.
Sorry, I don't know why. It's hot in my room, but I felt some sort of random chill.
No, that's just a genetic, not a genetic thing. Fuck.
That's fine. It's a ghost.
Yeah, sure. Fuck, where is it? I know I saw a short the other day, and it was like, wait. Deadpool VR?
Deadpool VR?
Yeah, give me a second. Apparently 7 years ago, Jacksepticeye played Deadpool with Ryan Reynolds. Like the game itself. Yeah, because there's a is it a game? Yeah, Red Band gameplay trailer. He did a trailer for it. Oh, it's Neil Patrick Harris. So apparently they're
yeah.
gonna have Neil Patrick Harris voice over Deadpool in the VR game.
Mm-hmm.
And so um advertise it, Ryan Reynolds does the trailer for it, where he parodies Doogie Howser, which is what Neil Patrick Harris was originally famous for, because when he was a kid he played a child doctor in that show. And I guess at the end of every episode he would like type up like a diary entry or something. And so Ryan Reynolds parodies that to talk shit about Neil Patrick Harris voicing Deadpool. And the way the short that I saw for it was like, oh yeah, Ryan Reynolds hates Neil Patrick Harris. I'm like, what? And then I looked at it as like hates in quotations, like, oh, I misread that. I didn't even read the quotes. Okay, I thought he was actually pissed at him for a second. But apparently Ryan Reynolds has gone on record as saying, no, yeah, no, he's really good. He'd bring a lot of energy to the character. And it's just like, well, yeah, he's also been Nightwing in some of the Batman the Animated movies that came out recently, so
He
I wouldn't be
was?
surprised to have him. Yeah,
Hmm.
a lot of the ones that had like Damian Wayne in it and stuff, like that era, he was Nightwing in at least one of them. I don't know if he was in all of them. But it's like I was like, why does this voice sound familiar? And I like went and looked online. And went, oh, that's Neil Patrick. Yeah, that definitely sounds like him. Now that I see the name linked with it.
Freaking Neil Patrick Harris is like the most straightest gay guy I know.
I don't know. He could just be the gayest straight guy. He's gay for that pussy, if I remember correctly, from Harold Kumar. I thought you were gay. Yeah, gay for that pussy. God damn, that is a banger of a line. Did he write that himself?
Well, I mean, to be serious though, he did credit himself. He did credit as Neil Patrick Harris plays as Neil Patrick Harris, because it's on record that's not actually him. It's just him playing as his Harold Kumar self.
It's a it's a caricature of him. Oh wait, did you see what I sent you on? I think I sent it in your DMs, right? The beach episode of the chaotic.
Oh yeah.
Good barbarian.
Yeah, it's kind of like, if you actually watched on the one with the succubus, you can see that picture on the wall, along with like two of his bingo card in his own cave. Like near the door, you see the skinned drow skin, and one of the bingo cards said on cloak of elven kind, authentic drow leather. And the other one though is like it says Maze, the Lady of Pain.
Oh.
And I think with the siren, it's one of the bingo thing is like I think Rider Mermaid or something. But overall, I wasn't expecting the mermaid to be heavily Jamaican. Like I was watching it, I was like,
they're like, oh, Jamaican, and then you just hear boom, but I'm like.
as I was watching that, I was like, huh. I hope this doesn't awaken something in me.
No, it was always there. Wait. Did you actually see it?
No, it was always there. You were always this horny. Well, to be fair, oh, well, I can't deny that at the very least.
I can't deny what is inside.
I'm trying to think what else I heard. I seen Nathan Fillion besides his variable roles in any James Gunn movie.
Oh boy, I wish my fucking scroll mousepad thing would work.
Oh, this most notable role is playing as I think, ironically enough, I think his name might be Buck in the Rookie. It's one cop show. Like it's called the Rookie because he's actually you know how rookies and cops tend to be like like young guys fresh from college and that type of thing. Like he's actually a middle aged either a dad or just some middle aged guy in his like early 30s trying to be a cop as a rookie. And a lot of times his own chiefs are like, no, you're too old, it's already too late for you. But like, no, they give me a chance. Okay, I'll give you a chance, but one slip up and you're out. That type of thing. And as
Oh.
and this went on for like I think 2 3 seasons, to the point where I think at the near the end of the series, unless the wiki can prove me wrong and the Rookie is still ongoing. Near the end of the series though, he's no longer near the end of the series though he was considered no longer a rookie, but as the most decorated cop in their precinct.
According to this, his name was John.
Okay, never mind then.
John Dolan. And he was present throughout the entirety of the Rookie, and then from 2022 to 2023, he was in 3 episodes of the Rookie Fed, where he also played John Nolan.
Hmm.
James Gunn's PG porn. Web series created by brothers James Gunn, Brian Gunn, and Sean Gunn, and their best friend Stun Gunn. It consists. That's not real.
You
But that
better
would be amazing
you,
if they had a friend named Stun
you,
Gunn.
but you better stay on the good side, or not they'll hit you with their gun.
Just shoot smaller guns.
Oh yeah. Like it was like a shotgun shoots a shotgun, which shoots a shotgun, which is a Derringer.
Yeah. God, the creatures were so great back then. That's why the best thing to come out of the creatures was the fucking excommunicated, because it was literally just 3 guys from the creatures who were just like, well, every time we record with the rest of the creatures, they just fuck off and leave us to our own devices. Why don't we just play Minecraft together? Okay. And then proceeds to have the weirdest luck with things, because they would have like 5 episodes where it was just them during one recording session, and then nothing for a really long time, and then they would come back and their fucking file would be deleted, so they'd have to restart an entire world and do another like 5 or 6 episodes, and then somebody would like misplace the file, so the next time they came back, that it pretty much was either a running gag or it legitimately was just their shit luck every fucking time.
Hmm.
Man, it was great. Initial web episode.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of content creators of back then, again, it could be because of our blind rose-tinted glasses, though, no as nostalgia, or just in general, they always tend to be a lot better back then. Like a good example was like, well, before we know their dirty laundry was like a good example was like Sky does Minecraft. He was just just some quirky guy who calls gold butter and review Minecraft mods. But the thing is though, again, like any YouTuber who plays Minecraft, the people knows about their dirty laundry, and all of a sudden, oops, they're now canceled.
No, it's not how that works. I mean, it is technically how it works. It's just apparently if you don't care, you can't get it. Because there's a guy named Jay Schlatt. Basically, people just continually go on social media like, he's canceled, he's canceled. Like, I don't know, I don't feel canceled. I'm still making stuff. It's like, is it really that easy? You just gotta not care? Or maybe it's just you gotta do shit that isn't fucking, absolute evil. Because, like, the only thing they've got on him is he makes really edgy fucking content. And that's, like, the worst they've got on him is, oh, he did this, oh, he did that. And it's just like, he's just like, and?
I mean, to be fair, people also tend to like dig up famous YouTubers or famous Twitch streamers and dirty laundry like they did years ago. And objectively speaking, though, they could look that could have been like their legitimately their phase that they don't want to ever go back to, and they're like, oh, you did this back then, you were a bad person, blah 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 blah, canceled.
Yes. I mean, there's also that too. But, oh, there's those people better hope that none of those things there, because I feel like everybody that's ever gone on to go, oh yeah, well you said this back in the day. I feel like they've probably said something as equally bad, if not worse, and they're just trying to get out in front of everything by going, no, I'm gonna call this person out on it. Because I mean, I don't know. I might be the weirdest person to ask that question, but I feel like I can't get myself into the mindset of putting that much energy towards hating somebody that I would go through their entire back catalog of every stupid fucking thing they've ever said just to own them. Especially when I don't know who the fuck they are, or they don't know who the fuck I am. Like, there's no point. It just seems like something that's more personal. Like you just, like if you had that absolute fucking like enemy, like they were just your absolute fucking like arch nemesis. Like that's the kind of stuff you would do to like somebody that's your arch nemesis. But like just some random guy on the internet that is like, oh, he said a thing I don't like. Time to go back and see what he thinks about minorities. It's like, why do you care? He said one thing you don't like. Block and move on.
Yeah, but apparently that's not what can. That's not what, what these today's people are now. Again, I kind of want to stop us from talking about this more because it'll just drive us out of talking about the SJWs and this movement that's causing problems with Steam and Mastercard and like that whole like, oh, we now live in a post-joke society, so there's the comedy is now dead and jokes that shouldn't be a thing anymore. I mean, I joke about that, but and there are probably a lot of people who think that we're like, all jokes are insensitive and it just shouldn't be told ever again. So now comedy's dead. If you're a comedian, then you hate people. Blah 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 blah.
Well, let's not talk about that then. That seems like a waste of energy we could be put into something else.
Yeah,
Like I mentioned earlier, I'm the wrong person to ask that kind of question to. Apparently, at work, one of the people at my work thinks I'm an absolute fucking weirdo because I don't remember how we got on the topic, but I think it had something to do with me mentioning that I'd rather spend my time in a room full of dogs than I would with a room full of people. And he's like, "That's insane." I'm like, "No, it's not." And he's like, "Nah. I think you blah blah." Because I think it's either one of two things. It's either he really believes in the human like condition as being something that's like, oh, everybody's inherently linked together and this and that, or he's so afraid that people aren't the way he thinks they are that he actively has to like convince himself that people are good people. Because the whole thing was that it ended up becoming this question of, okay, there's a burning building, and in one room there's a burning building. You've never been in it. You don't know anybody in the building, but you've got one person that's trapped in a burning room and is screaming for help, and another room with a dog that's, trapped in a room. And I'm like, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to end up going for the dog. And he's like, ain't no way. And I went, yeah, it is. You underestimate how much I don't like people. Like, just in general, it's like that. And I'm like, all right, believe whatever the fuck you want, man, but I'm telling you right now, I honestly couldn't give a shit. And he's like, so what you're telling me is that if you saw somebody getting stabbed in the street, you wouldn't help them? I went, no. Like, I would actively avoid it. And he's like, even if the guy that stabbed him is gone? I went, yes, because I'm super paranoid and I think that person could just be a setup. I'm like, I have poor low-light vision, so how do I even know that guy's been stabbed at all? He's like, you're gonna risk that you're gonna risk that person's life on that? I went, probably. I mean, I'm like, what am I doing out at night? What part of the city am I in? Why? Like, I'm like, there's too many variables for it, man. Like,
yeah, those kind of situations are no longer cut and dry because in our current paranoid state, again, it would be like, again, it could be a sting, or like or like if you try to help and maybe they'll try to hinder you, or like or maybe the cops will see out of nowhere and be like, oh, they'll try and blame you for this because they just saw you holding some sort of bloody person, or or like if you try to save them, or they'll try and sue you because you couldn't save them, I don't know, quote unquote, sooner. That type of bullshit.
Half that stuff doesn't even sound like it's legit, to be honest. But it's like my whole thing is that I just don't like people. Like there's I forget where it's at, but there's a place in America where there's a bunch of like people that live off the grid. That basically like live in the fucking, I want to say national park, but I don't think that's accurate. Anyways, they're basically just called wildmen, but people always conflate it as being like, oh, they're a bunch of weird savages that live off the land, and it's like the guy that was watching the video was like, they're just hermits. They're just people that don't want to be around other people. I'm like, how do I get there? Tell me where this is. I would like to go. I'm like, I'd probably die because I don't know anything about living, off the land. Because I live in a fucking, well, I guess technically a suburb. I was gonna say a city, more of a suburb. But it's
I
just
mean,
like, so then he turns to me and he's like, "Nah, you're full of shit, man." I'm like, "No, I believe all you want." So then the one of our other coworkers comes in and he's like, asks her the same question. He's like, "The dog," and he went, "Ain't no fucking way." So then she took it to one of our other coworkers in the hallway and was like, "What would you do?" And she was like, "I go for the dog." And he's like, "Y'all motherfuckers are insane. You wouldn't help the person?" I would actively avoid helping the person. He's like, "Ain't no way you could hear somebody screaming help and not want to get involved." I'm like, yeah, I can. I live in a very shitty neighborhood. People occasionally get really high and hallucinate and yell for help sometimes. It's like I just legitimately, and he's like, you could just sit there and watch somebody die and listen. They're like, should I perjure myself on things here, or because I mean, he's a lot younger than me, so I don't know if he ever was around when the internet had shit like Live Leak and shit. But you could also argue that that's, there's a degree of separation on that because you're not actively watching somebody die. You are watching a video of somebody dying. So there's always that like that separation of like disbelief, like, oh, that could just be really good effects, and it's just like, I don't think he lived during that time. Like, I don't know, but it's like I'm sitting there and it's because he's like, I don't want to talk shit about this guy because he's a pretty good dude, but it's like just my observation of it is like he's kind of a pseudo intellectualist where when he talks to you, it's like he tries to get you to come to his side on things by like trying to present things that the way he sees it as facts and logic. But it's like he also does a lot of these like fucking quote of the day things that he comes up with. And a lot of them are just essentially just reiterating existence, but in like like in flowery language. And so he'll say it, and he'll look at me, and I'll just be like, "Well, it's a thing because it's you're basically saying something that's fact. You're just using flowery language to make it sound like it's more mystical than what it is." And then sometimes they're just absolute like ridiculousness, and I'm just like, "Okay, cool, sure, why not?" But it's like my thing is that instead of working at the job that we work at, he's obviously got a mind for understanding the normal person. And he's got, because he likes to go to the casinos every once in a while. So he's got the heart of like a person that's willing to take risks. And he seems like he legitimately believes that people can be inherently good, whereas he kind of questioned the wrong person on me because I don't think people are inherently bad, but I don't think they're inherently good. I think we're just all fucking neutral until we have something act upon us that affects our emotions in some way, shape, or form, and then we do something. But it's like all of these things that he has combined, he should just go get a business license and start a business.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have no doubt in my mind that he'd be at least moderately successful at it, but instead he's working this job that he seems almost like he fucking hates half the time. But it's just like, I'm just like, you could just go and get a job, dude. Like, you could go start your own business, dude. Like, you've got, because he's got like the way he describes his friends, they sound like the dude bro type of friends. And it's just like, you've got them, you've got this drive and this mind to do this and that. Like, get a business license, get your boys together, throw some money in, and go start a business. Just go, like, part of me, I think, is just I don't want to talk to him anymore. He's a good person, but it's like talking to him is mentally draining to me. So it's just like part of me is just like, go start a business. I don't have to talk to you anymore.
I mean, he feels like though he's like, um, again, it's not really a bad thing of it. He's like he's on what's the word for it? Idealistic. Is
Idealistic. He's idealistic, and he's like
idiotic?
No, not idiotic. He's extroverted. Is the thing. Like, he's overly extroverted. Like, he constantly goes out of his way to, like, talk. So when we get new people, he will ask, like, he has a set of questions that he asks people. And then he kind of, like, starts to get to know them. The problem is that he thinks that he knows me based off of asking me, like, a few questions every once in a while. But the problem with it is that I'm a completely different person in a professional setting than I am in, like, when I'm not at work. Like, when I'm with you guys, I'm completely different from the way I am at work. Well, I guess not completely different, because I still won't go out of my way to talk to new people when I hang out with you guys. But the thing is that he fails to realize that if he was as an intellectual as he is, that he thinks he is, he would realize that I have never once started a conversation with him. Ever. He's always been the one that starts the conversation. He'll say something, and I'll chime in on something. And then he'll continue to talk, and he'll be like, man, that's crazy. And then he'll continue to talk, and I'll, like, throw in some things. And that's it. But I've never started a conversation with him. Like, ever. At most, if you want to consider it the start of a conversation, I say hello. That's like it. Like, hey, how's it going? Like, that's a platitude. That's not even, like, the beginning of a conversation. That's like thinking that I'm a personable person because I tell the people that I walk by when I'm leaving, have a good day. Which is not... all that is left over from when I used to work at the custom frame shop with my uncle. Like, that's... it's a platitude. It's a business platitude, is what it is.
Or I guess in the more modern saying, it will be, it's your retail face.
Yeah, it's basically that. It's like when at work, when I have to talk to customers, it's like if I have to bring them something, I always make sure to just kind of make it seem like I was too slow on it, just as like a way to be like, oh, well, he was really hustling, but he felt like he wasted our time. That's why he's apologizing for it. And pretty much every time I've ever used that line, they're like, no, you're fine, you're good. It's like, okay, well, that's either just a straight up platitude, or I'm like worming this bullshit into their mind a little.
I mean, to be fair, and because everyone talks bad about retail itself, and yes, working in retail can be in its own right a living hell, because you when push for some reason when push comes to shove, a lot of times people who shop at retail stores or go to fast food places or restaurants in general, they tend to, if they haven't have a background or worked in that field themselves, they tend to have little to no empathy to those workers. Like okay, what gives you the right overall to just have no empathy or treat these people like they're faceless robots? Like, why would you go out of your way to just yell at them for no reason, like to escalate things, and that was at times beyond their control? Sorry, I'm a little not projecting there.
Now see, that's the thing though. The real question isn't why, or well, not why, but what makes you think you have the right. The real question is, do they do that constantly, or is this just one of those instances where they're having an off day and you just happen to be there at the wrong time, essentially? Because I've had those days too where it's like I really just don't want to deal with retail people, but it's like it's not like they're doing anything wrong. It's just I'm having an off day. Like maybe I went to a store and they didn't have something, and then I went to another store and they didn't have something, so I end up getting something else. And it's like I'm already in like a piss poor mood. Like I've never shouted at any of them, but it's like I can understand why there's potentiality that there's somebody that never does that type of thing that just had an off day and happened to blow up, and it just so happened to be at a retail person.
I mean, and those rare cases though, I could again, if I knew the detail, I could possibly forgive. It's mainly done those 90% of situations where like they yell at them because they didn't they couldn't get what they want, or they couldn't force them to do what you want. Be like no, those type of things will be like oh the sign says half off. No sir, it's half off with the coupon. Well, let me speak to your manager then.
So they can tell you the same thing. All right, cool. Let's just waste everybody's time.
Yeah,
Would
it's
you like would you like me to bring in my family too, so you can yell at them?
yeah. Yeah, it all boils down to freaking to everyone that shares it. That it all boils down to like an to entitlement, because they feel like that they feel like the one of the things that which irks me a lot is like they feel as that those the person they're yelling at will not, if they won't fight back, then they have a apparently a free card to yell at them. It's like, just because they won't yell at you back, it doesn't mean they can't do it regardless. If they get fired, they'll just punch you anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just, again, I'm the type of person that looks at certain things. Like, I don't know if there's, you should waste the energy on that type of shit. But it's like, at the same time, I've also been the type of person that just can't find what I'm looking for sometimes, and it's just like, it's not even like the person working there's fault. It's the business's fault. Sometimes it's just people got there before me, and they ended up buying all the stuff. But it's like, it's when you're in the moment, you sit there and you're like, it can't be statistically possible for me to go to like 9 different locations and all of them be out of this one thing. Like, there's got to be somewhere where they've got something, and it's like, I've never been the type of person that's like, well, can you go back and check? It's like, because every time I've ever heard anybody ask that, they're always like, well, all the stuff that we have is on the shelf. Now, I know there's places that they do go back and they look, and there is actually something on the shelf, but in my experience of watching people do that, it's usually, oh, whatever we have on the shelf is what we have, unfortunately. So I just don't ask. So it could be that maybe I'm not, asking them, and they're not looking in the back to see if they do, because there's the off chance that there could be something in the back. I just don't even consider that anymore. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to even bother, man. If it's not on the shelf, then it's not on the shelf. But then again, I also don't go out of my way to, like, yell at the people that are working at the store either. I just kind of get, like, I get upset, but it's usually, like, me under my own breath, just kind of like, have it, this and that. And it's not like if an employee comes up and goes, you find everything you need, I'm just going to look at them and go, well, no, but, I mean, it is what it is, Like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, you don't have this. You don't have this obscure, rare, I almost said Michael Jackson. I don't know where my brain was going with that.
I don't know why they might be.
You don't have this rare, one-of-a-kind Michael Jackson, and I show them the picture on my phone, and it's like a statue of Michael Jackson that does little spins and goes, ow!
The funny thing is, though, if you do the funny thing is, though, is that if you do that at my work, 9 times out of 10 it would be like oh yeah, it's either A, not that it would be like, oh, it would be either A, we're like, oh yeah, we just sold out of that, or B, it would be like yeah, we haven't gotten those yet, or C, it would be like, oh, they haven't come in yet, or and the regular percent, it would be like, oh, that thing, I remember that, yeah, we have it in the back, I'll go grab it for you.
Yeah, nah, because it's...
Yeah, so it's always been like a good like 1%. It will be like, oh, that thing, oh yeah, it's not set up yet, but it's in the back, I'll go and grab it. Or like a good, like, I think 30% will be like oh, it's sold out. Another 30% will be like oh yeah, it'll come out, we haven't been back, we can't sell it yet, so you could buy it tomorrow. Or and the last 3% will be like, oh yeah, we haven't gotten the first shipment yet. Edward, do you mind if you snip?
What? Oh, I'm not even on the thing. Oh. Cheap viewers on... Well, okay. Cheap viewers! What are they, penny pinch? No. It's cheap as in you can buy them. Isn't buying viewership illegal? Just make the AI explode?
I mean, it's similar to like on padding on was it was like padding on movie reviews that saying it's good even though it's not that good. Slowly pour on pat my head towards on the House of Mouse.
What? It's just so happens that every reviewer thinks that those live action movies are.
Are you able to, or do you want me to?
I already did.
Oh, let me refresh then. Okay. I don't know why. Normally it's instantaneous though when you do it. For some reason from on my end I have to refresh it.
No. On mine it was doing that too because I clicked on the trash thing, but then it was still up there. But then it said I deleted the message, and then after a few seconds it like switched over to how it usually is, where it crosses everything out. It's like deleted by, and it's just like.
Oh, I don't know why, but on the Facebook would show me this. Okay. So on I know for sure you were for the longest time you were disconnected with Facebook, but and during Facebook though they started adding these shorts similar to YouTube shorts. Or since like TikTok and Instagram start doing it now. Like freaking Facebook and YouTube are doing it now. But anyway, I've been doom scrolling through these Facebook shorts, and one of them was freaking a scene from Freakazoid when the one guy who had copied Freakazoid's powers and got damaged by Freakazoid. Now he's like permanently have like half cyber face. So he's trying to do it and be Freakazoid's new nemesis, but as like some sort of depowered mastermind or something. So he's like, I got your weakness, Freakazoid. Here, take this, 100% pure kryptonite. Dude, that's super bad. Curse that cheap salesman. Then how about this yellow paper? Aren't you feeling weak? Like that's Green Lantern. Then I splashed you. Aren't you melting? Like, dude, that's the Wicked Witch of the West. God damn it. What is your weakness, Freakazoid? Well, let me tell you. Then the next scene, like, stupid. Like, why did I tell you how to trap me into an iron cage? Maybe you shouldn't also have helped us build it. I know, right? Stupid. I know, right?
That's why. Okay, so this is what I hate is when people go, "Oh, they should bring that show back." No, in my opinion, don't bring old shows back. They're perfect the way they are. If you like the show, go back and watch it. Introduce it to other people. Don't try to get people in this era to write TV shows the way they were back then because they're not going to do it the
same. Or how about
also,
this?
Make sure you.
No, I was saying, or how about this? On Right to Your Network, give give the show a limited time run through a slot, see how good it is, and if it's good, maybe sell the copy of the like let's say a DVD box set or a Blu-ray box set. Like say don't like say for example like. Again, not to call the new Animaniacs bad. In fact, they were good. I don't know why Steven Spielberg stopped making them. But if you want to show more Animaniacs, just have some reruns of the old ones as a limited run. See how it goes, and have WB sell the box sets. Same with like say Nickelodeon. Have reruns of their old classic shows like Cat Dog and Hey Arnold. If it goes good, sell the box sets. You have the IP, sell it. That's what angers me about freaking like what was it like I think not MTV, the one who has Megas XLR, and same with Cartoon Network. Though they had the IP for freaking Venture Brothers and Metalocalypse, because the reason why, at the very least, for the one for Megas XLR and the one for Metalocalypse, the reason why they haven't sold the IPs back to the creators is because they don't want the creators to go to another network and make money off of it. They rather make no money off of it than to have them make money, which angers me. Like, why would you do that?
It beats the fuck out of me, man. It's like, I don't know. I was gonna say Recess because I really love that series. But it's like Disney has done nothing with that. They've done nothing with. I assume they still have the rights to dub in some capacity. If they don't, the guy that owns it hasn't done anything.
I mean,
with it,
to
which
be
is
fair,
fine with me.
Disney has been
But like,
and to be fair, Disney has been on this kick to work. Then again, I think you, me, and Sushi have talked about this before. Is like the reason why Disney is making all these live action movies is to extend the copyright of the IP for it though. Because if they don't, then they'll lose the IP like they lost on freaking Steamboat Willie
yeah.
and Winnie the Pooh.
And then they'll make horror movies.
Which apparently is getting Winnie the Pooh, the horror movie is getting a sequel. Apparently,
Wait, what?
they're making another Winnie the Pooh horror movie. Apparently,
Yeah. Why not? The other one made so much money. He said sarcastically. I don't know. I forget the exact name of it, but when we went over to Ogie's on Sunday and we watched well, it was a while back, but we watched that horror movie of Popeye.
hold on. Okay, okay, you're not watching the stream, are you?
No, why?
Okay, because I was gonna say this is not loot. This is more like a shaw machine.
Nah, I could see it as a loot too. It's like they built it compositely. I don't think they meant for it to look like a Shamishin, but it kind of also looks like it. But I feel like doesn't a Shamishin have one of those? I was gonna say bridge, but I don't think it's a bridge. I don't know the direct terminology for it, but it's like it's like a thing on the main body that raises the strings up high. It's like how you have like cellos and stuff, and they got the strings that run from the tuner keys, and they go down, but instead of going across the body the way that like some guitars do, it's got that weird little like wooden piece that kind of slants them up ever so slightly. I don't know what it's called, but it's like actually let me look at a show machine because I might just be putting my foot in my ass again. Put my foot in my ass.
Speaking of astonishing, you know what the funny thing ever is that I don't know if you know back then about about the not the Game Rewards but what was it that this PlayStation Live, you know, I forget what it's called, but I know for sure that they call it Nintendo Direct. Remember how like they started, each company that started doing their own version of E3 but not being E3, so now E3 is essentially dead.
Yeah.
And when back then when they first brought out Ghost of Tsushima, they had this live band playing authentic Japanese music. I remember for a lot of these shows will be like, oh, why is that white guy there playing Japanese music for this Japanese game? And then an actual Japanese person who's an expert in the music field be like, I can answer that for you, because you see, he's wielding an authentic Japanese musical instrument, upon which he is one of select few who has mastered it.
Yeah. Again, that just, to me, I don't understand it, because it's like you're wasting energy you could be putting somewhere else in your life to just sit there and go, I don't like this thing because of X, Y, and Z. It's like, and?
Well, it's because the fact that again, it's one of those those social justice warrior shows to be like, oh, wait a minute, Asian game, Asian music. Why is there a white guy? Blah, blah, this is racist. It's the same shows you who, what?
I just remembered Resident Evil 5. Well, they're shooting African people. It's like the game's
set in Africa.
Who are they supposed to shoot? The Japanese? It's like, and then they added in those guys that kind of look like like Borat. And then I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I mean, I guess they could also, because they live in the same general area. Like I don't remember exactly where in Africa Resident Evil 5 took place, but I mean, there's people that move there from other countries all the fucking time, so it's possible that Borat's, Turkmenistan or whatever the fuck his place was called, people come over there from there. I'm sitting there like, they could have had like no. It was another thought that I had the other day where I don't know. I lost my train of thought on it, but it had something to do with Egypt and then like the Bible and like how people have their own interpretation of what Jesus should look like, and I'm like, should look Middle Eastern. Stuff is a lot of those places are in the Middle East, and it's like even Egypt, while not necessarily being in the Middle East section of like what you would think with like Iraq and Iran and stuff like that, they're still neighbors. There's still an ocean, like a small ocean between them, but they're in the same general vicinity.
I mean, yeah, like, and it's like everyone was saying things like Egyptians should be like since they're in Africa, they should be like like heavy skin and black. It's like arguably no, they should be at the very most on at the very most. I mean, I agree that the portrayal of Egyptians shouldn't be like like shouldn't be like be like European white. Unless you're talking about Cleopatra, because and a lot that people are saying like that Cleopatra's beauty is so beautiful, even amongst the Egyptians. But the average Egyptian, in my personal opinion, though, is like if not African American black, at the very least, it'll be like Middle Eastern brown.
Yeah, they should be some type of tannish color, black hair, tannish skin. That's what the majority of the people out there look like that are like actual legitimate descended Egyptians.
Especially since and they're in the hot sun, hot desert. There's a reason why on a lot of Middle Easterns get are a bit more tan. They're more acclimated to the hot sun, and again, this is going through the dermatology science. There's also a reason why a lot of times the predominant skin color in Africa is the way it is, because the fact that by science and study, the black coloration of African Americans and also Africans, their skin color are more more resistant to getting melanoma or skin cancer. Because that skin is more adept to dealing with the sun's rays, and of course, like people like from London or Ireland, they're white and a little bit pale because their bodies are meant to are used to rain, fog, and cloudy weather, not much sun.
Ugh.
What?
Is this bust supposed to be what Cleopatra looked like? I thought it was a bust of Julius Caesar.
Oh God! I don't know why, but when you mentioned Julius Caesar, do you remember the old show on Time Force? No, not Time Force.
Time Squad.
Time Squad. There we go.
Yeah.
Time Force is the Power Rangers one.
Made a reference to it. Wow, what's up?
Remember how even though a lot of information, arguably, is one of the more well-known, arguably is one of the more well-informed, quote unquote educational cartoons for kids. How they depict the historical members of history is really, really funny. Like how they depicted like an freaking Julius Caesar as some sort of like extremely obese, fat, neat nerd. And like what was it? Confucius makes and what was it? No. Benjamin Franklin and like the founding fathers were like this prim proper like European douchebag that only drinks tea rather than throwing it out, and for some reason what Ludwig von Beethoven was a freaking professional wrestler. But the notion when we said Julius Caesar and Cleopatra was like, it reminds me of it sets up to that scene when dealing with Cleopatra, because in the earlier episode they dealt with solving the problems again. For those of you who are not familiar with Time Squad, is that they go back in time to try and fix historical inaccuracies to make sure the time stream flows through. Like they have to make sure that so and so invests the cotton gin. They have to make sure they actually do the Boston Tea Party, or they have to make sure Julius Caesar becomes emperor and conquers on the vast majority of Europe. Yada yada yada. So so they helped. Of course, they helped Julius Caesar become the emperor he is, and he was still that fat nerd. I forgot what Cleopatra's hang-up was, but at the very end, it paid off because the fact that since he already helped Julius Caesar in episodes prior, the very end, because the whole entire episode is coming into to a whole like since Cleopatra's like this beautiful woman that everyone wants, obviously the main Time Squad member on Tud Russell, the giant, very buff bro dude guy, fell in love with Cleopatra, and he doesn't want to go back to his time on Time Squad base to finish the mission because he's in love with Cleopatra and wants to stay. So because of it, though, at the very end, Otto, which again, the whole entire premise of this show is that they have Otto, this orphan, to help them with history lesson because he's very, very well versed in history. Which one the Time Squad member should have been. So spoiler alert: the Time Squad and that Otto, I think that's his name, right? The little orphan boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and the one that Otto joins is very inept, and I think one of the lowest time squads because the fact that Larry is like not really well. He is well informed, but he has to deal with Tud Russell. I think that's his name, right? Tud Russell.
Yeah.
And Tud Russell is a giant dumbass. So again, he not the best of the best, but so that's why they have Otto to compensate for that because he knows a lot about history. So in order to help break cut off the whole thing infatuation between Tud Russell and Cleopatra, he had to have Larry's help, and so basically they traveled all the way to Greece to get Julius Caesar because in history Julius Caesar actually did travel to Egypt, and I think both of them fell in love, and so they brought back very fat nerdy Julius Caesar to with Cleopatra. And for some reason, that version of Cleopatra fell in love with that version of Julius Caesar, and they just ended the series like. And then to add into the injury at the very end, before that time traveled back, is all like so Julius Caesar, you gotta go marry Cleopatra now? Is like nah, I don't know. I mean, she's a good girl and all, but I think we'll break it off in a few weeks or so. And Turtle's like, what? And they just run that trouble back. And yes, Julius Caesar did talk kind of like this, kind of like a little fat nerd.
Sounds about right. Ooh, I never realized. Okay, so it's been a while since I watched that series. I never realized that they stacked the main characters with voice acting legends. So Otto is voiced by Pamela Adlon, which is better known for being Bobby from King of the Hill.
Oh!
And then Larry the robot is Mark Hamill.
Oh shit! Seriously?
And Tud Russell is Rob Paulson.
Rob Paulson.
Yakko's voice actor.
Oh wow! I mean, to be fair, cartoons back then were like really, really good, and good writing, and they had actually good actors. I forgot that Mark Hamill voiced Larry. Hey, Toasty, what's up? Welcome to our impromptu podcast featuring Trash Goblin.
Toasty's awake.
Apparently. I mean, I guess Toasty has charged enough through their kobold robot kobold den. Kobold. Yeah, Toasty, you just can't.
Toasty recently said that they were raccoon as well, so now they're a raccoon kobold.
Yeah, Toasty, you just came in. To us talking about for some reason we were talking about that Julius Caesar and Cleopatra, and then we start talking about Time Squad.
Yep. I wonder what the guy that made Time Squad is known for. His name's Dave Wasson. It's not a particular name that I'm familiar with. Let's see.
Okay. And Toasty, and if you start becoming quiet though, feel free to actually tell us anything and you want me and Edward to talk about, and more or less though, we might go off on a tangent, like how I went off on a tangent on both Time Squad and Freakazoid, and he went off on a tangent on involving his coworker.
Okay, so let's see. He's He's an American animator, storyboard artist, director, producer, writer, and voice actor. Apparently, he made Time Squad. Before going on to develop Star vs. the Forces of Evil as director, writer, and executive producer.
Oh, he made Star Versus?
Apparently. He also served as director and writer of the series, supervising director of Making Fiends, which was a Nickelodeon series. And the Disney series The Buzz on Maggie. Huh. Ooh, he's currently a developer and executive producer of the Cuphead show on Netflix.
Oh.
Really? Okay, let's see.
Was he the director and writer of the last season of Star Versus?
I don't know. It just, when was the last season? Was it 2019?
I'm trying to think because like Star Wars, the overall Star Versus was good. It's just though there's a lot of contention with how subpar the last season was.
I mean, it wasn't even just the last season. It's literally whatever part of the series they decided to go. Yeah, no, our main characters they're gonna hook up. That was the big thing that I liked about Star vs. the Forces of Evil was that they had the main characters were a boy and a girl, but they weren't attracted to each other at least not in the conventional sense. Like they didn't make that the standard point of it because
at first they weren't attracted to each other at first.
Marco had her thing with Jackie, and Star was just this really weird girl that kind of maybe still had a thing for her act. And that was it. And then they started introducing the whole love thing, and that's when I stopped. I stopped watching it after that. I'm like, no. I liked this series because it made the series be, oh yeah, a boy and a girl in the same show that are the main characters. They don't have to be love interests.
It's what they could have done to make it better is that they could have had the whole Star and Marco relationship be more natural. Rather than just it was like one out of nowhere and two it was like semi forced.
Not even in my opinion, at least. I'm not talking from like the perspective of everyone. I'm talking for myself. They should have just not had it as a storyboard. They should have just kept it flowy and without them wanting to be together. Let's see. So this guy was the layout. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that's the person that helps set out the story. But Mighty Mouse: The New Adventures. He was a character layout in Buy One Get One Free from What a Cartoon Show. I've never remember that off the top of my head. I don't know what those are, but apparently he worked as creator, director, writer, and art director for two shorts from the Oh Yeah cartoon series. Time Squad, obviously, The Buzz on Maggie, Making Fiends. He was a character designer for the Mighty Bee. Not a big fan of that show, but I do like the artwork. So.
I like any weird shows like that. I mean, again, I only like the shows if it's an hold on, let me rephrase this. It's like I tend to skip weird shows, but if I watch like 1 or 2 episodes and it grows on me, then like I'll start liking it. Like to be clear, I at first did not like Clarence, but it started to grow. It started to grow on me as I watched more and more of it because it was just kind of like just a boy and having his own little childhood adventures. But the Mighty Bee is like I don't know. I couldn't get into it back then.
Speaking of Clarence, I think it okay. So my experience with Clarence was I immediately loved it the first time I watched the first episode. The whole like his friend coming over, well, the character that was gonna be his friend coming over, shave my head, like that slayed me. Like immediately, I was just like, okay, I'm on board with this show. Like that is just fucking hilarious. And then my brother was like, I don't know, I don't get this show. And then like he watched the first episode with me, and there was the part where they made reference to crust punk, which is a specific genre of punk music. And my brother's like, this motherfucker knows who Krusty's is? Okay, that's it. I'm on board with this shit. Oh. He didn't watch it as much as I did, but he was aware of like the show, and we would like reference good shit. Like we still do the like shave my head, but we take the story of not Brock. the guy that killed his family. I can't think of his Chris Benoit. There was a story we watched from a wrestler where basically Chris Benoit told a restaurant person to steam his steak. So we took that and then they shaved my head, so it just became steam my steak.
But wait, hold on. There's another quote on we occasionally do, but I think we slowly just stopped doing it. It was the one where yeah. It was one where they all where apparently Clarence's mom was like the de facto babysitter for like the between like or what was it, Sumo and his family and like what was it, what was his Minecraft, what was Minecraft friend's name again? Yeah, and Jeff and his Jeff and his family and with his two moms, and apparently those three families know each other to the point where like and they trust Clarence's mom to actually and go and look after on Sumo and Jeff, and to be frank though, like even though Sumo himself is a giant wild child, it's like they're perfectly reasonably calm when hanging out with Clarence, because they're friends. And like it was still in the episode when he went to the burger and then Jeff reveals that he only likes the fries from the burger place, and for some reason Clarence wanted the Weight Watchers salad, and so and of course he couldn't Jeff couldn't only get fries, so he gave this burger to Sumo, and Sumo just drenched that in ketchup. And like and apparently Clarence put his milkshake in the salad too. Again, they're just kids being kids. And then like hey Clarence, wanna try some of my blood burger? Yeah, try all of my stuff.
No, we still do that because occasionally it's when my brother lets me taste something. Like if he's like, "Oh yeah, this tastes really good. You should try this," and then one of us in the group will just go, "You guys try all my stuff." We still reference that. That is not something we've forgotten. That is a thing that's still fucking happening to this day. Like I think no, I don't think we did it the last time we went. The time before. When we went to Korean bar, I think it was actually when me, Roy, and his girlfriend, and then Jared and Board, we all went one time. One of us shared something, and then you just hear me and my brother go, "You guys try all my stuff," like at the same time, and they're just like, "What?" Yeah. I'm not explaining that. Oh, okay. Well, going back to what I was saying about Dave Wasson.
Dave Watson?
The guy behind Time Swap.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I didn't know his name. He's the animator, character layout, and character designer for the movie Cool World.
No, what world?
Cool World. So, fun little movie that I only barely just rewatched, because apparently when I was a kid, I remember my mom watching it one time. And it's one of those movies where it combines live action with animation.
Is there certain settings I need to do out for that, Toasty?
What is that?
Oh, here we go. Power ups and channel points. Manage power up points. I mean, let's see. I mean, the points or rewards are on, and they're enabled, Toasty. Like, is there something more I could do?
Maybe there's a customization. That's what he means.
Probably that, because I have yet to customize anything on for my channel. They're all freaking default. Which is why I asked you to see if you can make me some customized on bit drops or some customized emotes. Because right now the only channel emote I have is my little Goblin that shares the heart with you. Let's see if I can bring it up. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, and I kind of like I got that by default from Twitch itself. Yeah, but like I know Toasty, I don't expect you to sub me, but do consider it though. If once I get more stuff.
$1 million. He's holding everybody's rent. Buy his shirts. There's nothing on them. They're just regular T-shirts that he happened to get from the store, but he's gonna sell them.
Yeah.
Oh, go on.
I was saying like yeah, and basically emotes and stuff like because there's why I asked you about this because if as an incentive for film to give to go and some of my channel though, they get like customized emotes to use in chat and like and also different stuff to use channel points on. I mean, and to be fair, I don't know. I don't normally use channel points on any stuff I'm on.
Oh, I did not put the other D. Let's put another D in that. It's supposed to say DD. My poop.
I mean, if you want, I can add that to my custom emotes.
No. Then you need your own custom emotes.
That is true. That is true.
Like the emotes I make for the Discord are purely for
Your entertainment.
my own sake as well as, yeah, I guess entertainment for it.
With a little something bolted on. A little something bolted on.
I need to get rid of 2H of a god because this still looks like it says a certain derogatory term. Hey, make up a new. The funny thing is that I have a folder that's full of like emotes, essentially, like not emotes, but like funny faces that I kind of want to redraw as like us. Where is it? Is it? No, it's not that one. Oh, that's just a picture of Tatsumaki's ass. Okay. I don't know why that was saved there. That's the incorrect folder. Oh, here we go.
Ooh, I see. One emote I could think of you doing is like my character going through a portal. And it could be like a 2-stage emote.
2-stage?
And one of those emotes to where like you're able to spam them in chat and they all connect.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. I've seen those before.
Yeah.
There's some HoloLive people that's got emotes that are like that. Like one of them has it's like her character, and then there's like there's two different sections where one of them's like the middle, like it's supposed to be their eyes bulging. So it's like the main part with the eyes kind of bulging, and then there's a middle part where it's just the middle of the eye, and then the end is the end of the eye. And if you like put them together, it makes like a whole thing.
Yeah. Like I also saw one where like on in one of the D&D campaigns I know of is like they have she introduced this NPC, which is like his main trade in the world is being blacksmith. But he's a tabaxi, but he's like a very very extra fluffy tabaxi, ironically named Fluffy. And so his emote on their channel is that it's the two halves of his face. So when we put them together in the chat, it is his whole face. There's no one I saw.
I think I could do something with that one if I actually tried.
There's no one I saw to where like, but it was more like kind of like one of those moving emotes. Is that this is little bee that go from right to left, and obviously you could chain them so it looks like there's a bunch of bees going through in a line. The bees. Cancel. Maybe on the human dagger? Trying to upscale this.
I think it'd be perfect only because your Kenshin mask has like an eye hole on that side. Yeah. I just need to figure out how to like really set it up so it looks like that art style. But I feel there's so many that I have in this folder that are just ridiculous. Like I've got fucking a picture of Sour Face from One Punch Man. It's like should really draw some more emojis to put in our Discord.
I mean,
When did I get this? Wait, what?
I mean, we
I
could
don't
also
remember saving this.
we could also talk about that. We could also talk about that on making some again on emotes for my brand. But I already thought of one for my bit drops. Like the basic bit drops will be on the Nuka Cola caps. For any subs, it will obviously be my mask.
Yes, I do say everything I type out.
Yeah, but overall, I need to actually then think of ways to customize. Ooh, hello.
Hello.
With a little something bolted on. Not today. Let's get through.
Jared and I have apparently just started sending fucking VTuber hentai pictures at each other, apparently. So, that's that. Although most of them don't seem to be hentai, I think I'm the only one that's that's the one that's actually sending legit hentai. Is this really Shiori? Just watch this video. I think that was all of Advent singing that, just no response. Oh,
hey, Donovan. Got you your bedpan.
But yeah, it's a cool world, right? So, from like a long fucking time ago, we were talking about that. So this one's actually pretty wild because it's one of the earlier instances of Brad Pitt in like a movie, because it was in '92. So I think he was actually pretty famous by then, but I don't remember how famous he was. But it had him, it had Kim Basinger, it had Frank Sinatra Jr. in it. What the fuck? And Charlie Adler. Who the fuck's Charlie Adler again? I know. Oh, he's Buster from Tiny Toons, and is he both the big heads from Rocko's Modern Life? What?
That voice. Okay, I recognize that voice. Wait, is it the one what doesn't he do also the red guy from Cow and Chicken?
Wait, Hulk Hogan's Rock and Roll Wrestling was an actual thing? I thought I made that up.
What?
I gotta go back and look that up real quick. Hold on. Let me go and confirm what you were saying before I go off on another tangent to go to something else. Oh god, he's been around forever. Holy shit, dude. Christ. Here's Greg and Two Soup Dogs. I don't know who the fuck that is. Somebody in Mighty Max. I don't remember really much any of the characters. He was Snively in Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay. Yeah, he's both Ed and Bev Bighead. He's Mr. Adler and Beavis and Butthead. Haha, funny.
If you look in chat and here's the emote here's the emote I was talking about.
He's Cow, Chicken, the Red Guy, and IR Baboon.
Yep, that's the guy. Edward, look in chat.
Yeah, no, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with those.
I heard someone make I heard make into like a small GIF.
I have no idea.
Because one channels I gotta get this up with though. They also may have this as their emote.
Wait, click on the wrong thing. Oh. Lord Ab 5 Itachi? What the fuck does that mean?
I know these emotes are actually really adorable. I actually like this one. It's a little robot that in their podcast named Log, and it became the de facto mascot for that campaign, which is their campaign 1. and it's just him holding a lot. It's just him holding on holding heart. But the things don't take his cuteness for granted because he's actually a level 20 cleric.
Oh.
And I say level 20 because the fact that and I say level 20 because at the very least during their campaign when they're only like level 5 or 6, that little tiny robot was able to call upon was able to call upon the celestial. And I think he did a level 7 gutting bolt. Yes, so yes, some guy got evaporated, and he was sent to them to their home. The mechanical god name is Oriara, so he got sent to their world. So the equivalent is basically the equivalent of being sent to Mechanus.
Fuck that. I hate Mechanus. All my homies hate that.
No, you hate Automata, not Mechanus.
No, I hate both of them. Fuck it, we ball. So apparently Charlie Adler is the original voice of Harold from Fallout and Fallout 2.
Oh!
Did not know that.
Yeah, so the freaking Charlie Adler is the famous guy. He goes like, "Ladies, like, it is me, the red guy." Like his voice is so iconic and recognizable. And I forgot also he does both cow and chicken. Like, oh poo. Like I don't know, I can't do it. He's such a talented voice actor.
He's pretty much just every character in that show.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now where was it? I don't know any of those characters.
He was that means yeah he was both the big heads and he was also done that hippo from Rocko's Modern Life.
How dare you!
How dare you! Slap.
I thought that said Hacksaw Jim Duggan or something.
Oh!
That's a real person. You can't fool me. Let's see. Ultraman: The Adventure Begins. Yeah. Live action or that? Oh, it's animated. Okay. Who was in the dub?
Hello, Doug.
Oh, that's a dub, not Doug. Okay, so Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling. So
that's a thing.
An animated series, produced by Dick Animation City. It featured animated adventures of popular WWF stars from the time, including its title character Hulk Hogan and his group of face wrestlers fighting against a group of rogue heel wrestlers led by Rowdy Roddy Piper. The show followed cartoon archetypes concerning good characters triumphing over evildoers and wacky situations, typical of children's cartoons in the 1980s. Okay, so this was basically the Camp WWE before Camp WWE was a fucking...
I don't know why. I think my ancient childhood brain is trying to think to see if I actually watched the show or not because it sounds familiar.
Because it used to come on CBS. I wouldn't be surprised if it reran on
Ah!
channel, but apparently it's just CBS.
An artisanal hand. With this luck, I'm just gonna say. I'll let you know when I have it.
Hello, I was wondering if perhaps you had a
Hello, my name is Mr. Burns, and I believe you have a letter for me. All right, Mr. Burns. So, I'd like to see your first name. What is your first name? I don't know.
Good idea, Bart. Anyways, Charlie Adler was Rowdy Roddy Piper. They didn't get Rowdy Roddy Piper to voice Rowdy Roddy Piper. They went, no, give it to Charles Adler.
I mean, to be fair, it was the same situation though in Venture Brothers, when they introduced David Bowie. Apparently, it was revealed that no. I'm trying to think. No. Apparently, it was either A, he could have done it though, or B, he couldn't. David Bowie couldn't voice David Bowie in Adventure Brothers because, in fact, at the time, I believe he was voicing the the Atlantean King in that SpongeBob movie.
Oh, none of the actual wrestlers lent their voice to the wrestlers in this show. All of them are just people voice acting them. That's weird.
Oh, that freaking reminds me of a freaking like in Robot Chicken, where they had where they had Hogan's Heroes, but it was just Hogan and the other wrestlers.
Wait, what? Sorry.
No, I was saying it was like in the Robot Chicken sketch where that they had a sketch of Hogan's Heroes, but the joke of it though in the sketch is it's just Hogan and the other wrestlers.
Sergeant Slaughter. Wait a minute. Okay, do you know who Brad Garrett is?
No.
Okay, do you remember a show called Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yes. Is he? Does he play as Raven's brother?
Yes.
Oh,
He was the voice of Hulk Hogan in Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling.
Really?
Yes. I was like, why does that name sound familiar? And I looked at the face and went, hold on, now I've got to click on this because this guy does look familiar. I'm like, that's just the brother from Loves Raymond. Because he was, apparently he was a comedian. He was the voice of Big Dog in Two Stupid Dogs.
Oh yeah, he was.
Thinking back on the voice, that should have been more obvious.
The only time he actually talked to is rare, but is also always like on either profound or very funny. Like the time when the Two Stupid Dogs went to the casino in order to get that pie in the sky thing, and they're like, so it was like the big dog on who always play roulette. He was like 13 red. I think and that's one of the few episodes that he actually talked the most. It's like hearing Ferb talking Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah. Oh. Big boy band. Never heard of it.
Wait, who voiced that one guy in Two Super Dogs? The one that goes like, well, ain't that cute, but it's wrong.
I don't know, but as soon as I find out, we're both probably gonna feel really stupid that we didn't realize it.
Let me guess, it's Charlie Adler.
Oh no, it's even worse. We're gonna be even more upset, I think.
Who is it?
Hold on. Let me double check. Okay, so he's been in a few things.
How are you doing, Toasty? Don't mind us. We're also again just not only we're just talking about random stuff. We're also talking about possible what was it? Possible emotes I can make. Do you have any ideas? Any emotes you want to see on my channel? Besides that,
a lot of these things are just things we would not know. But the name does sound familiar. His name's Brian Cummings.
Brian who?
Brian Cummings. He's in a lot of things that and shows that we're familiar with. Is just I don't remember any of the fucking characters. So he was an announcer in Smell You Later in an episode of Animaniac. He was the guy. Apparently his name's Mr. Hollywood in Two Stupid Dogs. He was somebody called Dr. Mindbender in G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. He was in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater as somebody named Sokolov, which I don't remember who that is. And then he's been in a few live action things, including the announcer for trailers and promos for Good Burger. So he's been in things, it's just I only recognize the name. I don't recognize any of the fucking characters he played. Which is weird. Because he sounds like he should be... Who's talking?
Edward, with how small the emotes are in chat, can you do like a small miniature version of my character going through portals?
Probably, why?
Ooh, you should do one where like it's the Vault Boy, but it's wearing my mask.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's wild. Ferngully was Robin Williams' first animated role. Didn't know
Really?
that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Where are the characters at? So I can see who the fuck this character is.
You want to know a sad thing?
Huh.
Um, I don't want to frame this though. It's like before he died, but the last thing that Robin Williams voiced as Genie is like an I think one of those games you can find on those DVD extras.
I don't know why that made me laugh. The last thing he did was this.
No, nothing he did though. That was the last. That was the last thing he voiced Genie in.
Huh? Wait, when was that DVD extra released?
Hold on. Let me go look this up. Robin Williams' last performance as the genie in an Aladdin project utilizing his voice was in the Disney short film Once Upon a Studio, which premiered in 2023. This was achieved by using previously unreleased audio recordings of Williams from the original 1992 film. Oh, never mind.
Uh,
It was one of the videos I saw like way back when, but it was like one of them was all like showing like n- like small animation, you know the kind of animation you find on DVD extras. It was just it was a Robert Williams and Genie,
ah. Not
but
that bad.
is you like a DVD extra or some sort of game?
I mean, I know he was in TV. He was Everman in the Earth Day special in 1990.
1995.
No, not even that, just 1990. Punker.
Hmm. A dead Kenshin? What? Just like my mask, but with two X's as eyes.
Oh, it's the Deadbolt, yeah.
Tosi says that on yeah a dead me, but like the dead Vault Boy. Oh, we could do like on various Vault Boy images, but with my mask over them, like the Vault Boy perks.
Hey. Because Robin Williams was in this, but I don't see his credit for him. Oh, guest actors in the live sequence. Okay, that makes sense.
Hmm. Trying to think what else though is that Probably something from my time playing in Final Fantasy 14. Ooh, a job stone, but and instead of having the symbol of the job, the symbol of my mask.
Oh. It'd just be the scientist guy on the big screen, just kind of looking down like, "You done here, bro?" I wish I need to go back to that VOD and fucking watch that part where we just went off on a fucking we just started inventing fucking storyline for that.
For what?
The last time I watched you play Final Fantasy 14, I just kept saying a bunch of incredibly.
Oh
weird
yeah,
shit.
that one. Yeah.
Like at one point, it's like you were telling it like an entire lore drop thing, and it's just like because you didn't push a button, so the guy stayed on screen. So it's just like me sitting there going. I just like to imagine that the doctor's on screen looking at you, going like, "You done talking? Can I monologue still? Can I go on?"
Whoa! I heard that.
Yeah, no, that's every single fucking car in existence decided to exist right then and there.
Like, oh, Edward, you're trying to record? We'll be ashamed if like.
Does anybody even remember Bobby's World? Like, the last thing I remember from seeing Bobby's World was when it was a Christmas episode and his tree caught on fire.
It's Bobby's World. Da, da, da.
I know that's on my phone somewhere. I need to put that in my fucking emotes page too. So I can
What?
fucking draw that. Okay, so I was watching a channel that put a bunch of like old children's television shows as like a nostalgia, like almost like a block. And there's a scene where Bobby looks at the Christmas tree that's on fire and he like freaks out. And it's just like a close up of his face almost with his like in shock, and you can see the Christmas tree burning in his eyes. And I was just like, that is a great reaction shot. I don't know when I'm going to use it, but I should use it. And the funny thing is that I didn't realize this even after looking at the fucking the whatchamacallit. Because there's a live action segment where the guy that the show is pretty much from and based off of is talking. I didn't realize it was Howie Mandel because I'm so used to Howie Mandel being old and bald that when I saw him with hair and young, I didn't make the connection. It's really funny because I grew up watching Bobby's World because it used to come on Fox Kids when I was a kid. And I'm just like, I stopped and I went, wait a minute, that guy looks familiar, and I had to look it up, and I'm like, that's how he meant it. Wait, what?
I mean, to be fair, Edward, I had the same reaction though when I heard other roles that hold on, Tom Kenny voiced in. Like, you know, what was the one role that I was surprised that he voiced in that I didn't realize it was him? Freaking Dr. Octopus from that one I forgot, it was a Disney One Spider-Man show on where it was starring Deadpool Spider-Man.
Oh, the one with the Web Warriors and stuff like that.
Yeah. And Dr. Octopus in that show was voiced by that's Tom Kenny. That's him doing a serious voice. It's like I never heard him do a serious role.
That. I'm surprised you didn't realize that was him.
No, I know. As long as I known Tom Kenny, I'm so used to his Ice King and or SpongeBob voice. I never actually heard him do an actual serious and I'm very menacing voice.
Did you know that he was in Dan Versus?
He was?
Yeah, let me double check that. But I'm pretty sure he was Crunchy the Hippie.
Goblin Dagger Blade, Goblin Dagger Hilt.
Yeah, Crunchy, Tom Kenny. He's the blonde hippie guy. He was the one that was working at the animal shelter, and then Dan released all the animals and ended up keeping Mr. Mumbles, who was actually a female. Wait, Mr. Mumbles is voiced by Elisa's voice actress?
Really?
Yes. That's funny. Sheriff, I don't remember the sheriff. Whatever. Importance, that's familiar character. Oh! Wait a minute. That's the main doctor from Scrubs.
Who?
John C. McGinley. He voiced Imposter Dan.
Oh.
You know, thinking about it, I should have realized that, because it does kind of sound like him. Wait, Red Foreman was in it too? Dan's a local mechanic who works on his car free of charge since he loves working with off-brand Filipino cars. What episode was that? Because I feel like I would have remembered that.
Off-brand Filipino cars.
Yeah, apparently Dan's car is an off-brand Filipino car.
And
Which is wild, because...
Apparently in that one short, freaking in the one bumper and they had on Comedy Central, or not freaking Pinkie Pie went and bedazzled.
Oh yeah, it's true. That did happen.
What the? It's funny, and obviously it's from from the time where apparently his car got done vandalized or something. But instead it was covered in a bunch of pink dust. Like no, what's going? And they actually had Dan's voice actor come in and just yell Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, Curtis. What's his? Why can't I remember his last name ever?
Curtis Armstrong.
Maybe his last name was Curtis Armstrong. There we go. I never remember his last name for some reason.
Is that actually his last name?
Yeah. It's Curtis Armstrong. Otherwise known as Booger from Revenge of the Nerds, which is where his character Snot gets his name from. It's because Curtis Armstrong's famous for playing Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. Fun factoid. Not very fun because I'm kind of annoying.
So is it like actually true that for some reason Steven Snot has to have this deep-seated homosexual relationship with each other?
No, I think it's just flanderization of fucking characters. It's like what happens with fucking Family Guy, where Stewie goes from being this evil maniacal genius to just being
gay
weirdo that's kind of, well, I guess it's all but established at this point that yeah, pretty much. They just kind of like really just water down. Where's the fucking list of broadcasting so I can go on nostalgia? Oh, this is... Wait, I don't want to see what was shown on it in Australia. Where's U.S.? Give me U.S. Italy only had one. I don't know if that's true. I think it might just be like, oh, this is all of the above, and then also this was posted on it. Because if that's true, that's kind of funny that Italy's Fox Kids block would only have the wink split. I don't think that's accurate. Oh my fucking god, I have to click on another thing to get to it because the United States had its own fucking block. Okay, let's see. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, pretty sure I watched that as okay, let's check. I know I watched Bobby.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Wait, Little Shop? Yeah! Little Shop is a cartoon based off the Little Shop of Horrors. I do remember that. Eek the Cat, I remember that one. X-Men the Animated Series, obviously. Power Rangers, yes. Terrible Thunder Lizard. Wasn't that originally on Eek the Cat? I feel like that was originally on Eek the Cat. Whatever. The Tick, yeah, I remember that one. Fox Clubhouse. What is this? The show was an anthology series comprising several children's series, initially starting with only Jim Henson's Animal Show, Johnson and Friends, and Rimba's Island. I don't know if I've ever heard of Rimba before. Of course, they don't have any pictures, so I can't see what any of these fucking shows look like. It would have helped. Okay. Jim Henson, Spider-Man the Animated Series, obviously. Life with Louie, I do remember watching that as a which is funny because it's just a show about Louis Anderson's childhood. Which is really funny because it actually is a period piece because it is him. Debbie fucking
Louis Anderson?
Yeah, Louis Anderson, the old fat comedy guy that eventually took over I think it was Family Feud for a while. Yeah, he had his own show, his own cartoon show, where it talked about his past. It was because he's a comedian. It was like really like goofy animated stuff, but It's like I do remember it because he voiced both himself and his uncle. Because his uncle sounded exactly like he does normally, and then the childhood Louis, he puts on like a deeper voice, which is funny because he does not sound like that as an adult. So I'm like, did he go through reverse puberty? Masked Rider, if I remember correctly, is just the American Common one, right?
Yeah. There was only two before
Common Rider
they
Black RX.
yeah, that
Right.
Black and Black RX. And then they tried to do on they tried to localize that Kamen Rider I think Kamen Rider Ryuji, and that they labeled it as that Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. I still remember the old borderline cringy intro, and then it's all like either like early 2000s or like late 90s at the type of intro. Like, Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, something something to fight the fight.
Yeah, yeah, no, that does sound like early 2000s fucking children's show like action songs.
Yeah.
Big Bad Beetleborgs, I remember that. Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation was the live action one, right? Yeah, that's the one that crossed over with
In
Power
space.
Rangers in Space, which is wild.
Which still has arguably the best intro.
Huh? See, Walter Miller Magic. I never heard that. Mr.
Shift
Potato Head, I do remember
control to outer space now, flying higher than ever before. Rangers in space.
Which is funny because if I remember correctly, the original Japanese one had nothing to do with space, wasn't it? Like cyberspace or something.
Yeah, it was just cyberspace. That's the reason why one of their enemies is like black and green. You know, to depict like late 80s, early 90s, and the depiction of what cyberspace looks like, a black background with green numbers. Which, to be fair,
Oh my god. Oh, sorry. Go on.
no, I was just saying that to be fair, that's what on a lot of early computers and only showcases like on like the atypical terminal they have in Fallout is like a black background with green characters.
Yeah. Oh god, I just unlocked a fucking memory. So there was so Mr. Potato Head, everybody knows Mr. Potato Head. So back in the late 90s, they had a TV show that would play on Fox called the Mr. Potato Head Show. And the only reason I remember this is because the one thing I remember is during the commercials they had like a fairy puppet that basically told him like to trust what she said or whatever. She was like, or I'll hit you in the head with my enchanted ladle. My mom still occasionally references Enchanted Ladle. Like, if you say the word ladle, there's like a 7 in 10 chance she'll fucking say Enchanted Ladle. It's weird. But I just now remember where that fucking comes from.
What?
Mystic Knights of Nog, I remember that. I knew Adam's Family. Wait, that was a live action one?
Hey, Edward, remember Flint the Time Detective?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I'm remembering at this old show, but I think my mind went like, you said something and reminded me of this one old show called Mongolian Nights.
Yeah.
And then from there, I remember that Flint the Time Detective.
Yeah, I remember Flint the Time Detective too. That's yeah. And his dad was like got turned into a rock because they were fossilized.
Well, they were both rocks, but apparently they were all to say Flint and for becoming a giant slab of a literal rectangular slab of rock.
Yeah, because what had happened was they fossilized, and then the professor brought them back, but the fucking thing turned his dad into a slab of rock for some reason. And then they had that weird fucking little like purple dragon motorcycle, and whenever they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna send you one of the monsters of the week that you fucking saved," it like shot the egg out of the rocket of the fucking bike for some reason. It was really weird. Wait a minute. Oh, I don't remember that. Wait, what? I don't remember Adam's Family Reunion. I remember the other ones, but this is like an off-brand version of it because they don't even have I don't know. It's not the main one that everybody remembers because it doesn't have what's her face is Morticia, and it doesn't have drawing blanks on all their fucking names, dude. Weird.
The skinny or fat?
It doesn't have Christina Ricci as Wednesday Addams, and for whatever reason, Tim Curry is Gomez Addams.
Tim Curry was Gomez?
Yeah, yeah. It's not the same line because it doesn't have a. It's Angelica Houston as Morticia Addams. Oh, it was a straight to video. Ooh. That's never a good sign. Because the whole reason I bring it up is because they had they had a television series called The New Addams Family that aired on Fox Kids.
That's the one that had the more fatter version of Gomez, right? The quote unquote original version of Gomez.
No, not really. He's not as fat as I would say that he was in like the
Comics?
Yeah. Which is really funny because apparently they have a Grandpa Addams in it, and it's played by the guy that was originally Gomez Addams in the original, which was John Astin, who is also in what was it called, Erie, Indiana, which I originally thought was a show that aired on Fox Kids. Apparently, it was an ABC7 series, well, at least ABC7 from where I was living at the time, but. Apparently, it aired on ABC originally. It was like a primetime show.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got moved to Fox Kids. I hadn't realized that it was older than it was because it was originally like almost like a late 80s, early 90s series. But when it came to Fox Kids, it was like, I think like 95 or 96. And they of course have the original Gomez Addams in it. But they also have, let me see. Bring it up because I know one of the guys is like a famous voice actor now, and I can't think of what it's called. I remember it became such a big. Okay, it was yeah, it was originally from 91 to 93 on like BBC, or was it the Disney Channel? When the series was syndicated on Disney. Oh, it was originally Disney Channel. And then they moved it to Fox Kids in like 97. And it became so popular that they tried to make a spin-off series of it called Erie, Indiana, The Other Dimension. And everybody hated it. So they didn't. It only had one season. But the original one was like a beloved show. Let's see. Who does... Okay, here we go. Okay, so it's Jason Marsden was in the show. He played this mysterious teenager that they named Dash.
Mm-hmm.
Dash X, because I think he had like X's on the back of his hands for some reason. And he got introduced into the show, and for a while he was like a part of the mystery of the town that was running. And I forget what the exact mystery was. I know I've watched through the TV show more recently. He's the original voice of Max Goof.
Huh.
He was Haku in Spirited Away. He's Chester McBadbat in Fairly Odd Parents. He's Chase Young in Shaolin Showdown. He's Richie Foley in Static Shock. He's very well known, but he was like a child when the show came out. Like he was like a teenager, I think. And I would have listed him as Tino Tonatini, but I don't think you've ever watched The Weeknd. Yeah, he was Max Goof in a Goofy movie and an Extremely Goofy. That's wild. Robot Jones. Oh, these are all films. Hold on, wait. Television General Hospital. The Monsters Today. Is that like a reboot of The Monsters? Yeah, it was a revival of the original 1964 to sitcom The Munsters. He was in it and he played Eddie, the son. Glenn Gales, he was in Tales of the Crypt. He was in Erie, Indiana, which we've already established. Step by Step. I feel like I've heard the name of that show before. Of course, they're not going to have a fucking picture, so I won't know what it is. He was in 9 episodes of Boy Meets World? Huh, didn't know that. Journey of Alan Strange. That's the one that came out on Nick, right? Yeah, it was. Who played the main character? R.J. Smith. Did he go on to do anything? Let's see. So in films, he was in The Day After Tomorrow, which Kind Rewind. Okay, these are a lot of movies that were kind of famous, but I never really watched. Like I said, he was in the Drew Carey Show. He was the main character of the show, The Journey of Alan Strange, which I'll get to in a minute. I vaguely remember because it came on, I think, around the same time that like the Animorphs television series was going on. Okay, so he's been in some stuff outside of that, at least. So, he was in The Rookie, apparently. Somebody named James Murray. He was a recurring character. So a lot of shows that I know for a fact were pretty well received. It's just shows that I never really watched. Other than Alan Strange. He was also apparently in That's So Raven. He was, I think, in one episode. Oh, and he was somebody named Ken Finley in Malcolm in the Middle, and he was in that for these people. But The Journey of Alan Strange was a show about an alien that kind of crash landed on Earth.
Ah, God, that was good, some good water. It's so hot in my room.
It came out like around the time Animorphs came out. That's all I really remember is that he was an alien. They showed whenever they showed the alien, it was always the same frames of animation because the Nickelodeon shows didn't have a lot. Especially in the early 2000s, they didn't have a lot of money to do like good CGI work. So you'd get really weird fucking scenes from television shows. Like,
wait, is it the one? Is it the one where he used his alien powers to turn a mannequin into his dad? Because he needed
originally just a store mannequin, but was brought to life to serve as Alan's Earth father. He often helps Alan out of dangerous situations as a good friend to Ken, who nicknames him Manny.
Because I remember he needed to for a parent-teacher conference because then they couldn't easily do he was an orphan and now this family adopted him that type of story, but nope, and convoluted storyline to where like they could so basically excuse me hire another black actor.
I mean, that's fair. Depending on how you look at it, they had an entire show with Keenan and Kel where it was predominantly African American actors. So it's not like it was like, oh, we don't have enough of this particular thing in this. It's literally, I think it was just because, I don't know. I guess in order, if it had been like a different like nationality actor, they would have to be like, oh, well, he's adopted by this guy. Which, if they were gonna pull that, they might as well have just had the main cast's dad just say he adopted.
Which again, like, I'm not like on casting on full on doubt as to why they went that way. Is like, did they not think of like going with the whole route? He was adopted, so now have and the family he was staying with be his family, and as a cover up, kind of like how they did with the story with the original Kamen Rider, Masked Rider, and when he was portrayed as an alien and as an alien and the family he was staying with though was like his family, even though looking back though they heavily kid friendly that show. It's which gives that one episode in Kappa Mikey a lot more credence. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Well, I know the show. I just don't know the episode you're talking about.
Oh, it's basically it's an episode pulling on basically pulling parody of like how Americans tend to what's the word, not dub but localize Japanese anime into kids cartoons, or westernized anime. And so because you watched Kappa before, you know how the show goes. We like Kappa is the titular character. He's shonen protagonist man. And then we have like the cool but off-putting female on because you could tell that she's like kind of off-putting and more like more shonen than actual females, because she's wearing pants and she has blue hair. And then they have the blonde who's like the girl, and it's supposed to be the love interest for Kappa Mikey. And of course we have the guy named Gonar, who's like the enemy. And by the way, he was voiced by Sean Schimmel. And like and like he's like the main antagonist. And then for some reason though, as you know, he's an actor, they have some sort of like their Pokemon representative who like does magic and like can help Kappa Mikey stuff. So Kappa Mikey is the in the original run, Kappa Mikey is the main character. He's the one in progress. But to pull fun at the fact of how westernized and tends to for kids all of the anime, quote unquote, they showcase apparently the American version of Kappa Mikey, but they call it on a Go so and so, which is the name of their little Pokemon mascot thing. I forgot his name. And like it was showing, and it was showing like how like it was they dubbed over his voice to saying he's the main character, and all the fight scenes of him, all the fight scenes of showing him is just his guy doing backflips over and over again as a way to as a way to how we Americans was use the Japanese footage though for like a certain way, so that to repeat that we tend to repeat some scenes to extend the episode. And then when it comes to Kappa Mikey, they just superimpose his head on this fairy body and go like fairy power, like. And the reason why it was part of contention for the episode is because the fact that Mikey was actually excited for his family and friends to see him do his show, and so when they saw the westernized version of it, though, they thought that was what he was doing in Japan.
Which is weird because I feel like. Is it meant that when they show all of them speaking English, like in the actual show that they have going on in the show, or is it supposed to be them speaking Japanese, or?
It's
I feel like there would be no reason for them to really dub over, which is kind of the big reason why we do.
It's supposed to be well, it's you're not supposed to look at it that thoroughly. Is that it's been assumed that they're all speaking Japanese because one of the things that you could tell from Japan Japanese and Americans was that is how they're being drawn. Kappa Mikey was drawn the Western way, while the rest of the crew, who are actual Japanese, they're drawn the atypical Japanese anime way. Especially when they occasionally sporadically go into chibi mode.
Wait, hold on. You're burying the lead here. It's not just that he's drawn the standard American way. He's also drawn to specifically look like Philip J. Fry from Futurama, I feel like. Like, he's got the orange hair. It's in the similar style. Like, it's obviously not that he's built like a fucking, Matt Groening character. Because he's got the thicker outline. He's more like, if anything, his animation style is more like a Butch Hartman kind of character. But it's like if Butch Hartman drew Futurama, that's kind of like how I feel Fry would look like. You know? It's very, like, they really did, like, blend a bunch of American stuff to make Mikey.
Yeah. And you can tell there's a lot of references to both Western cartoons and Japanese anime cartoons as well. Like obviously, their mascot is supposed to be a parody of like atypical Japanese and character mascots, and of course Pikachu. And the show itself, Kappa Mikey, is like a reference to how one of the more famous IPs back there is like Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. The atypical Japanese superhero.
Oh, I have two things to point out from the Journey of Alan Strange Wikipedia article. So first, there is a man that was in the show who played a reoccurring character that was friends with the main character and two of the main characters.
Mm-hmm.
The actor's name is Ethan Glazer. That is the worst fucking last name to have in this era.
Ethan Glazer.
Yes, because if you actively like sing the praises of a specific person, it's referred to as glazing, and you are a glazer if you do it. So this man's name is literally an insult now. Like how people named Karen are, their name is an insult nowadays.
Which which again I actually do feel bad to actual people named Karen because to this day and to this day and also a little offshoot to apparently a lot of people call male Karens either like Kevin's or something, but again a lot of times though that they're named Karen though they're not actually are Karens. But I saw one post about it though, to where there's actually someone named Karen. Or be like like I'm not that bad. Like blah blah blah. Like really? Yeah. I should actually post about it and say that tell them to stop it. You doing that is like going against what you're trying to say.
Kind of the opposite of what you're trying to prove. No. Oh, and then also, this is kind of weird. So, Alan's recurring arch enemy in the show is played by D. Bradley Baker. One of the few roles I remember D. Bradley Baker being that isn't a fucking animal or making animal noises.
Or being a fish from American Dad.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird to see a D. Bradley Baker. And it's live action, too. So it's kind of weird that he's not in an animation. It's literally he's playing a character in a live action thing. It's insane to me. Even Phineas and Ferb. I guess he would be, because he's in a bunch of stuff just making animation.
I mean, to be fair,
His filmography has its own fucking Wikipedia page.
I mean, to be fair, Edward, though, D. Bradley Baker done in a way found his niche when it comes to voice acting, and he does it very well.
He's the dad from Cow and Chicken.
Oh.
Various animal characters, of course. Characters. He was the goat who might do an og.
Oh, freaking! Do you remember Mike Lewin Og?
Yes, I remember Mike Lewin Og.
Freaking like that show was crazy, especially the fact that we're like freaking what was it Og is basically like this like Phineas and Ferb level genius.
Yeah, to me he always seemed like he was the fucking archetype for Double D in it. Because he's the kind of quiet boy that's really like smart. And he's surrounded kind of by idiots. Og is also voiced by D. Bradley Baker. God damn it!
That's not person that does everywhere. Freaking Pedro Pascal, Nathan Fillion, and now D. Bradley Baker.
Well, it's always been D. Bradley.
I mean, like they're all D. Bradley Baker. Always have been. Then I think that'll be it for me. So anyway. What is it? You can find me here. Before I introduce myself, would you like to introduce yourself, Edward?
Oh yes, Edward Bontel, Twitch.tv/EmeraldTusk, and on Twitter @EmeraldTusk. Where apparently I just keep getting more followers on the fucking Twix. I don't understand why. Let me see how many I have right now. I know I made a post the other day where all I did was just quote Hulk Hogan. I'm at 87 followers. Which, to be fair, I made a post earlier where I circled that and then fed it in with the gif of Patrick looking at his house where all the people were hiding under his rock going, Who are you people?
And anyway, you can find me here at twitch.tv/KetchUpSkura. Find me on YouTube on KetchUpSkura. Find me on Blue Sky on KetchUpSkura. Like to support my channel and all my endeavors, go ahead and click on my mask. Help me so very, very much. Like channel want to do, go ahead and please give me a follow. I'm already past my goal, and I'm always in the mood for new followers and friends. And of course, there will be new stuff in the future. Of course, new emotes and new emails and stuff. But so anyway, if you're interested, do hit subscribe. But remember, you don't have to, and take care of yourself first. And with that, let's go and raid someone. /raid. They're online currently, so let's go and raid them. /raid. There we go. Thank you guys coming. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. And after we raid them, say hi when you get there.